So, you've gone to the House of Adventurers. Maybe you know each other, maybe you don't, but you end up in the same meeting with Casper Kramsfright. And he tells you of this tip that he has that there's a tribe of Jukumak, which are fair skinned barbarian people, and the tribe's called the Pohiri, and they're guarding a prison of an evil god or demon that they know as Uguan. So this Uguan, this evil god, is feared by all Jukumak. It's unlikely that a powerful being such as a god or a demon is actually kept imprisoned by just a tribe of peasants and untrained warriors. But there's something strange that's going on in this prison, in this cave. There's rumors that after rainfall, giant two-headed snakes have been witnessed to slither out and terrorize nearby tribesmen, and that every so often a scream is heard, a woman's scream is heard from within, that just terrifies anyone who hears it and sets off all animals nearby into frenzy, and the weather just gets really cold whenever this scream happens. The Jukumak, they pray to this god. It's explained to you. They pray to this god called uh, Chaluk, who is Uguan's non-evil counterpart. Gods have in this world, they have a counterpart to them most often than not, and they're super effective, if you like, against them. Um, Chaluk is Uguan's counterpart, and the Prairie tribe and all Jukumak, they pray to this Chaluk. And he offers you a small amount of money, but mainly the prospect of adventure, of intrigue, and to fulfill, you know, the reasons why you're here. So you're quite curious, and her Gonzalo, this scream might resonate with you somewhat. Maybe it's from an undead, maybe it's from some spirit that hasn't gone laid to rest yet. And so it is decided that you will go off. You're led by a guide who takes you halfway, points you in the right direction, and says, "Off you go." And that's where we start. So you know roughly the direction you're going to. You know that you're aiming for a village of these barbarian people, and that there's a kind of cave prison structure that spits out snakes every so often, apparently.
Supposedly.
Supposedly.
And what does he want us to do?
It's up to you, really. Maybe you want to go check out the cave for itself, see if these rumors are true. Maybe you want to talk to the people, bless and protect them. Maybe you're just curious. For the money is literally just to go, check it out, see if there's anything funny going on. If not, you can come back. Otherwise, there might be something worthwhile for you guys to explore.
Okay, so basically investigate
Yeah,
and keep any rewards we find.
yep. Any and all rewards are yours.
Just a question out of game.
Mhm.
We're in this like new area. It's like languages and stuff.
So most people here speak the common tongue,
Okay.
which is it's either Garethi, Istira, or Thorwalain.
My language says Garethi native, but I assume that's just me.
Yeah, so you
My
will be
native
able to
language.
communicate with the locals. Have kind of over the last 100 years, they've learned the common tongue.
What is the number beside your language? Is that how well you know it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So I assume
Yeah.
3 is like reading, writing.
No. So 3 is you can write very well. You're well spoken. You're very fluent in it. You can write articles, or you can write stories.
100% fluent, face.
Yeah.
Native
And-
language.
Yeah. And one is you're a bit you're a bit rusty, but you can get by.
And 2.
In between.
So like you could read and write, just like not.
Yeah,
Perfectly.
yeah, not fluently. A few mistakes here and there, a few grammatical errors.
That's good.
Where are we again?
So you are in a jungle area. Do you want me to give you the intro again that I wrote? I can read it out for you if you like. You're in this island south of the mainland. People rarely come down here. Well, people rarely came down here, but now it's become a bit more fashionable to come and see what the expedition has been getting on with. There's settlers have come, adventurers have come to seek and see all the mystery that surrounds this place. There's weird and wonderful creatures, interesting varied populations. You've got lizard people, you've got humans and other weird creatures as well. Not like humans are weird creatures. And you've come to a port in a colonial settlement, and you've in a jungle area, and you know that the village is towards the coast, not far away, and only about a 15 to 20 minute walk away from where you were left by the guide.
Okay. So head to the village.
Yep.
See what they know.
So your journey is slow. It's warm. It's very warm actually. It's sticky. You kind of keep walking through the jungle, making your way through. Do any of you have knives or sharp weapons?
A dagger.
I have a mate. I can smash some shit apart.
So, whilst Gonzalo is smashing the odd branch that gets in his way, Irinja, you're cutting away at vines, kind of sawing through with your little dagger blade, and eventually you kind of see in the opening this quite large village. There's a bit of smoke rising, probably from food that's being cooked. It's midday, it's really hot, and you see in the distance behind the village this stony opening. It looks to be the entrance to a cave. Do you want to keep approaching?
Is there anyone that looks like a chieftain? The leader?
So you can roll me a perception check. So perception in here is perception. It's a physical skill.
This is the 3 dice thing, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's a 3 dice thing. So you choose.
Modifiers I don't care about, do I? It's all built in, isn't it?
So you need to. So you just roll against your sagacity, intuition, and then you've got a number of points under your SR in the kind of grayed out box, and that's how many points you can modify the dice by.
What's perception? Oh, yeah, that's perception.
Byron, quick question.
Yep.
What is the length of time of one action?
So an entire combat round is. I did know this.
6 minutes.
No, a combat round is quicker than that. That is an entire. That's a encounter.
Oh.
So I get 6 seconds in D&D for one rank,
It's
one
about,
character.
It's about 5 or 6 seconds for an entire round in this.
So an action is about 3 seconds, give or take.
Yeah.
Cool.
Combat round 2 to 5 seconds.
Yeah. Grand. Just for out of combat casting times and whatnot.
Yes. So you can, if you've got the initiative on something, you can basically just straight up cast a spell. if you're first acting without having been spotted, because you'd have just been channeling it or casting it for 5 to 10, 15 seconds beforehand, and then let it off as you approach. You can walk whilst you're casting. You can't run. You can't, because it's an action, obviously, to keep it going. And you need to maintain range with your target as well,
Right.
which is quite important.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so, how did your perception roll go, Gary?
It went extremely badly.
Okay, so did you fail even with your SR that you can spend on it?
I got to pass them all, don't I?
You've got to pass every single one. Ernher, would you have been you might have been scouting out as well, or would you have been distracted and doing something else?
So
Once
I
you get
can
through the
use-
jungle.
what?
Cool.
So is it fate points I use, or is it the SR?
No, it's the SR right next to the skill. So for example, for perception, I've got 8 SR. So I
Okay.
roll, and then I've got 8 points, which I use to modify the dice down to my skill
Okay.
level. And you
I
just
see.
need to equal your skill level.
This is. Where's my skill level?
So, for example, for perception, you've got a sagacity, so you need to roll below your sagacity.
Okay, I've done that one.
Then you've got your intuition and your intuition. So you've got 2 on intuition. So then
Okay.
you can spend remaining points to reduce them down to your...
Okay, so that's the SR number, yeah? Not
That
the
is the SR number.
Okay, so let's drop that by 2, now I'm by 4. So I passed by 1 then.
So you pass by 1, so it's a quality of level 1. There's not much movement around. You see the odd woman with basket. You see the odd couple of people walking between huts and tents, but you can't make out anyone specifically that looks like a chieftain or something. You'd have to come closer, if at all. If there's one at all. Ernher, you said that you were just trying to make your way through the jungle, didn't you?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you have your familiar out with you?
Not going through the jungle, I don't think.
Okay. No, makes sense.
She'll get tired.
So you're just continuing your approach?
Yeah.
And how are you approaching? Are you just walking straight up to the center of the village, or are you going to try sneak around, or are you, or are you just going to run straight in and say hi?
Walk straight in?
Yeah, there's no reason necessarily why you wouldn't. So as you approach, you don't spot anyone at all who seems to be a chieftain or any similar type. You just arrive, and everyone's quite curious when they see you. They're not hostile. They kind of mutter to each other, looking at you, not saying too much about, not approaching you or anything, not keeping their distance either, just seeing what you're going to do first. You've got a plump woman who's quite young, about 24 years old. She's quite pretty despite being significantly overweight, and her weight is completely accentuated by the fact that everyone else is quite skinny. There's a skinny man and a woman talking to each other, and this plump lady, she's just on her own with a basket of washing, it seems.
Mm-hmm. Should we head over and chat with the fat woman?
Sure, if she looks like she knows what she's... If she looks like she may have used. Do we know where this pit of snakes is?
So you assume... actually no, make me an intuition roll. Just a straight up 1 die intuition roll.
Which
Both
dice?
of us, or
Both of you, yeah. You can both do it.
Which dice?
Anyone you choose.
A
D20.
D6?
D20.
Yeah.
D20.
Ooh.
11.
Okay, so what's your intuition? Did you succeed?
Intuition is which one?
It's a big stat, green circle around
The third
it.
one?
Yes.
Yes, I did succeed.
So you both kind of think pretty strongly that that cave at the back is likely to be the prison or the cave that was discussed earlier.
All right.
And as you now nearer, you notice that it's got two protrusions from the roof of the cave that look almost like fangs.
As in stalactites?
One of the two.
Almost.
Yes.
The ones from the roof?
Yes. That's. I didn't want to say which one because I'd got it wrong.
I mean, we may as well find out what she knows, or what she thinks, what the people in this village think about it.
So, what are you going to ask?
Well, introduce myself, I guess.
Okay. And she says, "Hi, I'm Hokyo. How can I help? Welcome to our tribe. How can I help?"
Do you know anything about the cave at the back of town?
Ah, the Omakotl. Yes. That is where the demon lives. That is where we keep him at bay. That is where honor is found, and sadly lives are left behind. It is the prison of Uguan.
What, you leave the bodies in there?
No, not at all. It is a great honor for one to enter the maw of the Omakotl. It is not a rite of passage, but it is the biggest honor in our tribe. If you enter, you are basically absolved of all issues, of all sins, and you have done our god Chaluk the greatest deed you could possibly do. It is the ultimate sacrifice. Those who enter, and many warriors do, they never return, and she looks quite sad at this.
And do any return?
They have not, no. In fact, I'm still waiting on my beloved.
You lost your child or your son?
Um,
Father? No. Husband, that's it.
Yes, my beloved Wakimikaru. He was sent to the cave by the Tikagu, our shaman, and he has not returned. So we must assume maybe that he shan't. But he's very strong. He was the strongest warrior in our tribe. In fact, and she kind of looks at you. Well, what's your business here? Are you planning to enter the Omakotl?
That was initially our plan, anyway. Can I ask you something about your beloved?
Yes.
Why was he asked to go in?
Ooh, so I want you to make me an empathy check.
Empathy.
It's social.
Empathy. Yeah, I see it. Okay. Oh, that's good. Okay. So that's first dice, second dice, third dice.
Oh, we can't see anyone's dice rolls on this.
Oh, Jack's been rolling IRL.
I'm rolling physical dice,
Oh, okay.
making use of my many dice sets. So empathy is that's a pass. That's a pass.
And charisma.
Charisma. That should definitely be a pass. Yeah, I
So
did it.
quality level.
Uh, quality level is 2.
Ooh.
But
So
it's the remaining SR, is it?
it's the remaining SR, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't use any, so 4, which brings it to level 2.
Yeah. So you see tear kind of well up in her eye, and she says, "Well, Tikagu sent him. Tikagu chose him to go." And she kind of looks down at her feet, and she goes, "I think he was jealous. I think he wanted him gone, so that he might try have his way with me instead. Maybe you could search for Wakimikaru and find him for me, so I don't have to be with Tikagu."
Can we ask her
Any
where Chicago is? The shame.
He'll be in his hut by the Maw of the Yamakoto. You can't miss it. It's got leather doors. Well,
Hmm?
it's got a leather covering over it that you have to walk through to get to his. But do not enter. He does not like guests. He does not like to be disturbed at all.
what does I forget his name. What is it? Watikatu?
Who are you asking about? The lover?
Yeah,
Wakimikaru.
I was close.
Yeah.
What does Wakimikaru look like if we were to find him?
He is a strong, tall man, the strongest you'll have ever seen. Built like an ox. He's immovable. Well endowed young man. And she
Shit
starts
for a
going.
face.
She starts going into absolute uncomfortable lewd detail about his talents in the bedroom and stuff. Really uncomfortable. Not giving you any actual further physical descriptions.
All right. Well, then there's only one way to find out who he is.
But you'll recognize him as soon as you see him. He's such a great man.
All right.
Can we ask her what she knows about the demon? What it actually is?
So it is. They believe it is Iguan, who he's an evil god. They don't know too much about him, only that he's symbolized by snakes, lizard men, serpents, and these omicotals, these giant serpents that used to roam around in ancient times, had turned to stone, and they kind of resemble his power, and he lies within them, somewhat dormant. And they genuinely believe that they are keeping him at bay inside.
Um,
So
how
it's not
long?
something they worship.
No, they worship the opposite.
The opposite one.
Yeah, Chaluk, who's the chief god of the Jukumak.
How long has this cave been keeping him at bay?
Oh, since before our time, hundreds and hundreds of years.
Let's see. First I've heard of him.
Can I ask if we get rid of this demon, she's willing to change faith? The one that will work?
You can try persuade. Yeah, you can try persuade, or
Wait, you mean there's no crusade skill?
Or there is myths and legends, religious sphere law. You won't have any of, I'm guessing.
I'm trying to spread the word of Boron.
Spread the word of Boron. So yeah, you can try persuade, but this is a very difficult roll. You're at -3 to your stats, so all your stats for this roll are at -3.
This way, that's social. Okay. Come on, triple one it. Oh,
Oh,
I
you
get
did
one
get
more.
one, and I'm
I found my
assuming. Did you pass all three without having to spend a point?
Courage, yes. SGC, yes. Charisma,
At -3?
all of them -3.
All your stats are at -3 for this. It's
Okay,
very
so
difficult.
yes, yes, and yes,
Oh my god.
without using any, so I get a positive of 6.
A quality level of 6 or a remaining skill points of 6?
I didn't use any skill points, so I've got 6 left.
Okay, so that's a quality level of 2. So she kind of looks and you see the conflict in her eyes and she goes, if you can bring my beloved back, then your god must have tremendous power in defeating uh, all the evil in this land. So yes, I will consider your faith.
That's all I can ask.
Now, is there anything else I can help you with? Because I really must return these clothes to Tikagi.
I have no
I'm
further
good.
questions.
Okay. So she wanders off away towards the cave, towards the hut near the cave, and that's the last you see of her for now. What do you guys want to do?
I'm good to head in, but if you want to talk to this chief, then I'll
Well,
accompany you.
no.
No, you're just gonna
What
go
time
straight
of
in.
day? This is out of game, but I have an advantage where I have in o'clock, and I know exactly what the time and
Ooh, that's
perfect
quite
sense of
interesting.
time.
So it
How will,
is,
how will that work? Do I just say what's the time, and you just tell me? Or...
basically, and if you're in a cave structure where time is kind of difficult to understand because there's no sun, there's no moon,
Yeah, so
your inner
like-
clock will help you understand roughly what time, not perfectly, but roughly
Yeah.
what time it is. At the moment, it's quite easy. It's past midday. It's
Okay,
in our time. It would be about 2:30 in the afternoon, maybe.
cool. Okay. Let's see here.
But that inner clock might be useful.
Hmm.
Okay, so you're going straight to the cave.
Yeah, so yeah, it looks like we've got plenty of time before it gets dark.
Okay, so I'm gonna
Oh,
move
would
you
we know
guys
what time
over.
it gets dark in this place?
Fairly late
Okay.
normally. So hopefully you can just see a small part of this
See a
structure.
black place.
Yeah, you might
You
have to
draw-
zoom out with Alt and
Oh.
your
10
screen
yards.
And I was in... It's just a black box. Oh no, there we go. I see it now.
So you come towards the mouth to this maw of the cave, and as you've approached nearer, it definitely has some serpentine characteristics around it. The stalactites indeed are very wide at the base and have a slight curvature towards the inside of the, dare I say, mouth. The roof, the ceiling, you can see is somewhat ribbed, as if there was some weird bone-like structure above. And to your left, you see a small opening that is covered with a kind of leather sheet. And in front of you, you see what looks to be a tunnel that goes goes deeper in.
Okay. So that'll be the shaman's hut then, with the leather. Can we have a listen outside, see what he's doing?
You do, and you can kind of hear him telling off the lady that you met beforehand, Hokoyo. Hokyoi. Telling her off for taking too long to wash his clothes. Very loud. He's not trying to hide anything. And you kind of hear a smack and she storms out of the leather door, runs right past you, not even looking at you in the eye, pushes past you and runs out back towards the village.
How flammable does this hut look?
So it's all stone,
No.
apart from the leather thing. From the outside, all you can see is stone and the leather sheet.
Mm-hmm. So all stone.
All stone.
And stone has a strength of 100,
Stone has a very high strength.
but is it vulnerable to anything?
I don't know.
I know it's got 100 hit points, maybe 80 hit points, maybe even less if it's not worth it.
It's very thick, this stone. It's very strong.
Acid? Real acid?
Do you have any acid on you?
Acid-based attacks, yes.
Ooh.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. So you're kind of at the entrance of the cave. You've got to your left. You can see the entranceway. Well, to the hut, to Kagu's hut, and in front of you, you see the tunnel that should lead to the rest of the cave.
Oh, is the cave dark?
It's got a steep slope, so you can't really see if it's dark or not, because you can only see a small aspect of the tunnel before it vanishes beneath your sight.
I've got a torch. Oh, I do have a torch.
You can, of course, light your torch, yeah?
Oh. There's this. Oh. So some equipment aren't weapons.
No, you've got generic equipment as well.
Yeah, 'cause I've got like a hatchet in my backpack.
Oh, yeah.
But I can't use it as a weapon.
You can, it would just be not very good. It would be an improvised one. It's not sharp enough for...
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Right, how does food and stuff work?
It's assumed that you've taken enough food with you for a couple of days, but you weren't expecting a particularly long journey. This adventure was only meant to be a quick day or two trip.
So I just got
Um,
3 days of rations.
Yeah, so there you go. That's what you've got. So you've got literally 3 days.
Right. Alright. Shall we enter into the cave?
Yes. Let's do it.
Okay, so as you kind of push on, you notice the weather's starting to change. It's getting dark. It's getting darker outside, despite it being so furiously hot earlier. And a soft drizzle has started. And you keep going past. Let me just get my reveal areas. There we go. And you come to the tunnel, and this tunnel is incredibly steep, and it looks like hundreds of years of rain and what looks to be sewage has caused this surface to be incredibly slippy. Are you going to continue on?
Yeah.
So to continue... Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so I need you both to make me a climbing mountaineering check with a penalty of 1. So it's climbing, or if you've got the mountaineering skill, you can use that.
Oh, let's have a look.
And it's got a penalty of 1, so all of your stats are 1 less.
I don't have mountaineering.
No, it's a rare skill to have.
What's it called? Climbing?
So it would just be
-1.
climbing. at -1. So it's your third physical skill.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I see now.
426.
426. What quality level?
5, so 2.
Okay.
Oh, I failed this.
Completely.
-3 for my first roll. -3 for my second roll. Oh, and 2. Well, yeah. So, do you just add it all up, or what?
No. So you look at each individual one to see if you pass. So you've got a roll of 18. So you compare that to your courage. So you have a look, right? So courage, how many points did I fail by? Do I have enough points to make it equal? And if
I
you
can't.
do,
My SR is 0.
oh, okay. So if you fail one, then you can't.
I
You
failed
can't
2 of them.
succeed. Yeah. So Irinha, I want you to make me a feat of strength check for me, please. And her.
But I passed.
Yep. I want you to make a feat of strength check.
Okay, no.
Did you roll
I
a double 20?
No.
Okay.
I rolled very good on my first 2, which weren't strength based,
Okay.
and then I rolled a 16 on my last one, which is definitely not.
And you don't have points you can spend?
God no.
Okay, so
I am not strength based.
Gonzalez kind of just looking around, rushing forward, and starts slipping. You reach out to try grab him to stop him sliding all the way down the slope, but sadly you don't manage to grip him hard enough. And Gonzalez, you're going to take 2 points of damage and slide all the way to the bottom. Reveal areas. All the way to here. When you get to this point, you come to a slight opening. It's a cave-like room. The ceiling is really tall, and there's piles of mud and what looks to smell like feces piled up here. And you see like tiny little animals feeding on the accumulated rubbish. Ernher, what are you up to? Are you just making your way down slowly?
As carefully as possible, yeah.
Yeah. So you eventually make it quite comfortably, kind of tutting away at Gonzalo's terrible skill at walking. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't walk for shit. So you're in this room that's covered in shit. You also notice as you kind of pick yourself up, Gonzalo, that there's a few complete skeletons. There seem to be 2 humans and even 1 or 2 animal skeletons protruding from the mud.
Okay, examine the skeletons.
Okay, so let's have a look. I really want to know what Gokalele means. Does anyone know off the top of your head?
Made up
I don't
word.
even know how to spell it.
I'm gonna have to check. It's a physical skill. Underneath flying.
Skill.
Yeah, unless this is.
I think it's made up.
Yeah, I think it might be. Okay, so just roll a little perception roll for me, Gary.
Okay. Yeah. 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 So, if I don't use any SRs, that's what my quality level is, yeah?
No, so the SR determines the quality level. So however many SR you've got left, for every 3 you gain a quality level. So how many SR remaining?
I didn't use any, so I've got 7 remaining.
So 7 remaining, that gives you a quality level of 3. So There's not a huge amount of jewelry on these skeletons, but there are some animal tooth trophies. You know that these will be worth 15 silver haller each. Silver haller are the equivalent of silver pieces. There's 10 hallers to a silver haller, and 10 silver hallers to a gold haller, I think.
So, I looked it up.
Yeah.
It is a German word,
Okay.
which roughly translated to English is like jugglery, the art of juggling,
That's quite okay.
or like trickery.
Okay. Juggling kind of makes sense. Yeah. That's
So a
brilliant.
juggling trickery, or
Brilliant.
sham.
Not only that, Gonzalo, you also find a sealed clay bottle, which kind of feels heavy, as if there's, some kind of something inside it. Some kind of balm. And then, other than that, there's just, rusty melee weapons. You've got a couple of clubs that are rusty, a saber that's rusty and looks like it's half broken.
I'll take. Oh no, I need to do something. So with these principles, because of disadvantage.
Yeah.
So it says principles 1. Like level 1, what does that mean?
So it should
Does it mean I
say
have
in
to-
your description.
Oh, it says restricts the hero only slightly. Does that mean I have to try and follow my moral code with the blessed ones?
Yeah.
Because under that, I need to. Every corpse must be buried.
Yeah, basically you can lose. Yeah, you can lose karma, and you can really struggle in the future if you don't adhere to your
So I need to
principles.
bury these bodies then.
Yeah. Now you can interpret that as you wish. It doesn't need to be full on maybe grave unless it says otherwise.
It just says every corpse must be buried. You must see to it that the dead rest in peace.
There you go. So, are you going to help these to rest?
Yep.
Meanwhile, and whilst Gonzalo is busy trying to push these bodies into the mud and feces, what are you doing?
How dark is it here?
It's quite dark, but you can just about make out your surroundings. It's
Ooh.
not pitch black yet.
Jack, what's your character called again? Annoying. I need to write this down phonetically.
Ernya.
Hmm?
Ernya.
Ernia. Like Enya, but Ernia. Okay.
Yeah.
Ernia. Okay.
It's very warm.
So Ernia, I've got this. Was it a container full of stuff? Would you be able to identify it?
What's it look like?
So it's a clay pot, a small clay pot, and you can open it quite easily, and it seems to be some kind of balm. And you know that if these things you might not necessarily, if you don't know what they are offhand, you might need to find someone that does.
Well, I could cast a spell, which would help. Odom Arcanum,
Oh, what does that do?
potentially. Find active magic on items or people, enchanted objects, or other sources of magic. Give off a red shimmer. It can also increase effectiveness of analyze or magic analyst.
Ooh, okay. So you can indeed do that if you want to.
So Let's see. Swapping between sheets. Uh, Cool. So roll to do it. And I do it. 13, 10, 3. 13 passes. 10 passes. If you hit the number, is that a pass or a
Yes,
fail?
it's a pass.
And charisma passes, yeah. Successful.
Okay.
With SR2.
Okay, so you, it is glowing quite brightly, and it looks like you will be able to. It'll definitely be easier to kind of analyze it. So you can use alchemy, or you can use just your straight up
Magical lore.
magical law to try figure out what it is.
Right. Alchemy or magical lore. Cool, magical lore, I guess. And because the quality of the spell, my check
Is at +2.
my SR is at +2, or
No, your skills are at +2.
oh, sweet. 1, 9, 12, which all pass without the +2.
Okay. So you can tell that this is a kind of weapon balm to make a weapon magical for a period of time, and it's actually a weapon balm quality level 2, which means it will make a weapon magical for 15 minutes. And Gonzalo, you know that magical weapons are the best way of defeating certain spirits and certain creatures.
Who wants
Undead.
to use
Yeah.
magic?
Evil.
But it takes 5 combat rounds to apply it, so it takes a long time. It takes, 25 seconds of applying. You gotta rub it in.
Is it enough for one weapon or multiple?
Yeah, it's one use for 15 minutes.
Can I make magic weapons?
I'll give you this back. Yeah, basically it's a magic bomb for your magic weapons to make them magic.
What's that? Finish burying the bodies?
Okay. So,
Trinkets. How heavy were they?
not heavy
picking
at
them up.
all. They were just little tooth trophies.
Okay.
But they were 15 silver hallers. Okay, so are you just... Am I assuming that if you're not doing something, you're kind of pushing forward?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I give him back the bomb.
Okay.
For
So
his
you
weapon.
kind of stand up, brush yourselves off, continue on, and you enter another room. This one is much wider. It kind of goes back a little bit. You notice though, whilst you're walking through this area, that there's an eerie wind that you can not only feel, but you can also hear. Now, Gonzalo, I want you to make me a religions check. And you can have a +1 modifier for this.
Religions check. Okay, here we go. Did I get any bonuses? No. So. Oh no, I've lost it. Oh no, I found it. Pass, pass. So this is a 6, so plus 2. 2 quality.
Okay. So the screaming reminds you, the sort of moaning and the wind reminds you of the moans of the dead in Boron's halls. Kind of a sound that resonates with you and reminds you of your roots. You get +1 on your next skill check. So you're walking through this kind of large chamber towards a narrower tunnel in front of you. It's stopped being quite so deep, and you notice that the floor is starting to get a bit damp. Water's been running down the tunnel into this chamber and continuing on in front of you. And whilst you kind of look at this, go on.
How scary is it here?
It's at the moment it's just dirty. Maybe seeing the skeletons would have irked you quite a bit, but you knew already that people came here and didn't return. But quite so early on down the cave, maybe not so. Quite frightening. Why, are you scared of something?
No. I am going to tell my cat to move forward.
Okay.
And if she sees anything scary, to come back.
Okay. Yeah, you talk to your cat basically like a kid. You can communicate quite well when you're touching.
Yeah.
Which is quite cool. So it kind of
Telekinetically.
yeah. So it kind of darts off, then comes back almost immediately. And as you kind of bend down to pick her up, you get hit on the back of the head with a stone.
Ooh.
Ow.
And the wind starts picking up.
What did she see?
She didn't see anything. She felt cold.
How cold?
Very cold, chilled to the bone. And the wind continues to pick up, and the whistling starts turning into more of a howl. And you're kind of looking around, and suddenly a bit of the cave roof falls down onto you, Gonzalo, doing 3 points of damage.
Me?
Yep, it just falls straight down on top of you, from nowhere. Just a chunk of the roof falls down and deals 3 points of damage to you.
Nice.
And the howl is picking up more, and you can kind of start making out a voice, but you can't hear what it's saying. It's just howling and screaming, and the wind is picking up around you, and you can see now, in the puddles by your feet, there's a bit of a tremor.
Maybe we should move on.
Yeah, should follow the water.
Okay. So, moving on. Yeah. Moving on, you come to this kind of chamber area. Again, it's very muddy. It's actually knee-high, the mud here. And there's these weird stony objects that, if you make me a perception check, you might be able to find out more about.
Ooh, I pass it.
I do not.
Okay.
Odyssey level 2.
Okay, so Gonzalo, you notice that this muddy floor, the stony things in the room, they look like eggs, but they're made out of stone, so that doesn't quite make sense. You can make out that some of them have been shattered and actually look really sharp. You got to take some care walking through here. But as you're looking at that, Ernher is distracted. She feels a big brush of air sweep by her, and as she does that, a tear down the side of her clothes appears, and a howl a second later follows.
What sort of hell?
Females kind of scream.
Was it me?
It was not you, no, but you can also let out a scream if you want to.
Yes.
That is fair enough. I would probably too. That howl, that scream you made, kind of seemed to cause the wind to die down. Make me a perception roll again.
All right.
If you roll a 20 on these, is that bad?
Yes. I'll explain how crits and fumbles work after this roll.
Even if can I change the value down though still?
Yes. Yeah.
That is a quality 2 success.
Okay. You can kind of hear. Is that a chuckle? In reaction to your scream? Very odd. And then the wind starts picking up again. So the way crits work is if you're rolling 3 dice, if you get 2 20s or 2 1s, you score a crit or a fumble.
Okay.
If you're rolling 1 die, you score a crit on a 1, a fumble on a 20, but you have to confirm that as the result. So if you roll a crit 1, you then need to roll again. You're definitely succeeding, but you need to roll again to see if you're critting, and that needs to be a success. If you fumble, you need to make sure it's an actual fumble, not just an auto fail, and you roll, and then if that also fails, then you fumble.
And if you crit on your check, it's like the best or worst possible situation.
Yeah, so if you get 2 1s or 2 20s, yeah. And if for combat, you can take damage if you fumble. You get massive bonus. You could do double damage if you crit. Yeah, you basically get much better quality levels, or something horrible if you fumble or crit on a skill check.
So I failed my perception roll.
I thought you passed yours for the stones.
Yeah, but the one we just done now.
Oh yeah, so you don't hear much around, but Ernher hears that weird kind of chuckle, and then the wind starts picking up again. What do you plan on doing?
So the cave still moves on.
Oh, I have a quick question
Yeah.
about my spells.
Yeah.
I've got Bless Object.
Yep.
But the way it says the effect is the charm blesses materials used for church services, such as oil for blessed ones.
Yeah.
Can you still bless a weapon? It says charm blesses an object.
So there's, if you scroll down, it should say everything that you can bless.
No, it doesn't.
Now, I'm going to say, if you're blessing something for a particular reason, for example, to help people go to sleep, or to help rest spirits, if you can get a quality level that's decent on that roll, then you can bless a weapon to a degree, and it would make it effective in what you blessed it for.
Mm.
because it is an object, so that would make sense.
Okay.
So are you continuing on?
Yeah.
Yes.
So everyone needs to take a body control test to pass this room. It's muddy, there's sharp stone eggs protruding everywhere.
Body control.
I assume my cat doesn't need to if she's on my person.
Your cat's absolutely fine.
Pass this.
You do indeed.
0, I guess.
Oof. Ugh, fail by 1.
You take 1 point of damage as you slip and scrape up against one of those stone sharded eggs.
Son of a bitch.
And you hear again a slight chuckle in the wind. And you push on forward. Now, you've got 2 options. You can go right to a narrower tunnel that's slightly sloping upwards, or you can continue forward downhill. So you both get to choose.
Go down.
Go up.
You splitting or are you sticking together?
We'll go up then.
Okay. So
Actually, can I send my cat up?
you can send your cat up. Are you going down and your cat's going up?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll show you what you see first.
Yeah.
You're kind of walking across, and eventually you actually see your cat over... Oh, I can't click. Over here.
By the entrance.
I pick her up.
And she kind of shrugs. I'll show you. I'll tell you what she sees in a second. So, sorry, I've got. So she just sees a long, thin corridor that kind of sloped up and then really much steeper back down again. It's getting quite wet now, and you also notice that the water speed is coming in at quite fairly rapidly. Nothing else seems to stick out. However, at the bottom of the tunnel that you're walking down, you spot in the distance, before you kind of approach and make yourself known, these weird, small little lizard people that seem to be acting really strangely. 2 of them are like fishing, like stabbing at the mud with spears. One of them is kind of cradling a baby, but there's nothing in her arms. And the others are kind of just walking around in circles. Very odd behavior. What do you want to do? There's 10 of them in total.
Is there a way to sneak past them?
You can try sneak past them. Absolutely. You can roll me a stealth check.
What did Katzinka see?
Oh, do I get bonuses for being unremarkable?
What, sorry, Enha?
What did Katzinka see?
Oh,
Where's this?
Katzinka, my cat.
Oh, what did Katzinka see? She didn't see anything on... she just saw the tunnel that rise and then went steep. That was it.
There was nothing in it.
There was nothing in it.
Just so you're aware, if you didn't know.
It would have continued to go to kind of past this room.
Okay. Just so you're aware, if you're not, my cat also has the curiosity negative trait.
Okay. Okay.
As do I. But she can always find her way back to me.
Yeah. Unless she's in like
Magically
a magical
stopped.
box. Yeah.
Ooh.
So, do you guys want to sneak past, or are you going to walk all the way around?
Well, I've already rolled, so I guess I'm sneaking.
Oh yeah. Or you can walk all the way around sneakily.
I've rolled now, so...
I'd like to walk around.
Okay. No, that's absolutely fine. Let me just roll. So, what quality level did you get, Gonzalo?
Yeah, I failed.
Oh, you failed.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as you turn around and her to leave, Gonzalo kind of trips up in the mud, makes a splat, and you see these lizard people kind of turn around and start walking slowly towards the three of you.
Do I recognize them? Like their race, as such? Have
Yeah,
I seen people like this before?
you've not seen these before, no, but you can make me a history, no, myths and legends check. It's in knowledge,
Myths and legends.
and you can roll on religion, Gonzalo.
And I can't.
You cannot.
It's
No,
racist.
it is.
John.
It's something I'm actually trained in. I don't think that's good. Ugh.
No. Oh, religion, maybe. I passed this. It's skill of 6. Quality of 2, then.
Quality of 2. These are not alive,
Ooh.
Gonzalo. And how did you get on with earn her?
I rolled a 1, a 14, and a 20.
Okay, so the 20 is only a fail if
Yeah.
you roll double 20s or if you roll double 1s. So
Yep.
you can still spend points to bring that down if you want.
Nope. Don't have
Oh.
any points.
Oh, okay.
A fail.
Okay. So you're not entirely sure what these are. They're lizard people, maybe. But Gonzalo understands these to be not alive.
So I don't speak their language.
You do not speak these guys' language. Maybe you do. Maybe you can try speaking to it.
They're zombies.
So, what do you want to do? They're walking at you.
I asked a question.
Do some spell.
Are you preparing a spell? Whilst
Yes.
ask questions?
No, I'm asking a question of you, Byron.
Oh, sorry. What's the question?
What are Kusliker signs?
Where's this?
I have languages and scripts.
Oh, Koslaika signs. Oh, that is like a thief speech. It's like
Right.
it's like underworld speech. It's very primitive. You can kind of say like baby speech with physical signals, like
It's
touching
like hand
your ear.
signals, basically.
Yeah.
Grand. Alright. So there's these people that are sort of these lizard folk that are sort of walking towards us.
Yes. Some of them are carrying spears.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing, Gonzalo?
I'm going to cast spells on.
Okay, what spell are you preparing?
Minor Undead Ban.
Ooh, what does that do?
Check. So it's courage. Is it courage the first one?
COU is courage, yeah.
Yeah. So it's courage. CHA. Oh, charisma.
Yeah, it's charisma.
Mm.
You should have your stats on top of your thingy on
Yeah.
on each sheet, which is quite handy.
And your target's toughness is the penalty of the check, and it does 2d6 plus QL times 2 DP, ignoring protection against an undead target.
Okay, so you've got a negative of 0.
Its action time. Its Time is 1 action.
Oh, so you can do it straight away. So as they start approaching you, and you figure
Well,
out.
it's range of 8 yards.
Okay.
I might have to give them time to come towards me.
Cool. So we might as well roll for initiative unless Ernher wants to do something first.
No.
No. So you roll initiative.
As far as I know, they haven't seen me.
Yeah, they have not seen you. Yeah, so initiative, if you turn to the combat sheet, page 3, you've got your initiative on the top right.
Oh, it's a D6. Okay.
So it's a flat number plus a dice roll, basically.
Yes.
Oh, keep rolling.
Your first one was a 6. We can take that. Now, you can spend a fate point to make sure you act first, but these guys seem pretty slow. They're walking towards you. Doesn't look like they're...
I used my initial roll because I was pushing the button. I didn't notice it come up in the screen. So I rolled a 6 plus 12, so 18.
Okay.
No, if that's good. Bad. We can find out.
Can I do... Oh, yeah. So we've got you on 18.
Yeah.
Do you want to roll initiative as well, Ernher?
Sure. 14 plus 2, 16.
So we got... Cool. So you get to go off first. So they're about... Let's have a look at the scale. They're about 15 yards away from you. Maybe a bit less than 15 yards away from you. Or feet. You can move, you can hold, you can wait until later. It's up to you.
Movement. So 8, is that how many
That's
yards? Well, meters I mean.
how many feet, yards, meters? Yards, we'll use yards.
Yards. So we're 8 away, so if I move... Oh, I can move and then shoot him.
Absolutely.
It moves a free action, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, so I'm going to walk up towards them and zap.
Okay, so you're on a penalty of 0 if it's their toughness.
Okay. 3. Nice. Oh, shit. Oh! Yeah, smash this out.
Okay, so the first one nearby you. Oh, okay. So what's your quality level?
How do you work this one out from this?
So it should you should still have
Would it be under
a stat.
combat? Oh, okay,
No.
here we go. That's it then. So I have an SR of 10. I don't reuse any of that, so I just get a 10 then.
So your 10, if you look on the chart, is a quality level of 4. So does that augment the amount of damage you do?
Yeah, so I do quality level times 2, so that's 8 plus 2d6. So I do 15 damage.
So you point at the closest one near you, and you zap it with your ban, and the first one just kind of disintegrates under the power of the spell. 9 more continue walking towards you.
Oh.
What do you want to do, Ernher?
Alright, so how far am I away from them?
You're about 17 yards away.
And
Because
from...
you were kind of walking away up the tunnel area.
How far away am I from my buddy?
Only about 3-4 yards. Because as you were turning around to walk away, he stumbled and caught their attention.
I'm gonna hold position then.
Okay. So they just move up slowly. They come quite close, within about 5 yards of you, Gonzalo. And it's your go. It's your go, Gonzalo.
I'm just gonna. Can you like hit and then walk back, or is it movement and action? Or
It's whenever. It's whenever you want.
I'm gonna smack him with my mace.
Okay. This is unblessed. As you didn't use the balm, did you?
No.
Okay. Cool.
So this is different now, isn't it? Because this is combat.
Yeah. So you go to your combat sheet, find the weapon you're swinging with, find the AT, the attack value, roll a d20, and if you're below that, the ones near the front don't have the spears. The spears are the guys that were fishing towards the back, so they're not near you. So you don't have a penalty.
Okay. So roll. I get an 8. So that's below my strength.
Your attack.
No, attack. Oh yeah, attack is below my attack. So yeah.
Cool.
12. So yeah. So
They failed to dodge. It doesn't look like they're even trying to dodge out of the way and get smacked.
no.
So you roll your damage.
It's 7.
7 points of damage. One takes a big cut into the gut. You see ooze. You see some black ooze coming out of its kind of belly cavity that you've left. But it's still standing.
Huh.
And what do you want to do with your free action? You walking back?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Cool. How far can you move?
8.
Okay, cool. You're now kind of back up right, almost beyond where Ernher is. Ernher, what would you like to do?
Does it cost anything to speak?
No, that's a free action. You can do that on top of walking.
Okay, well, I'm gonna ask him. Are we gonna fight this?
Gonzalo?
Yeah, I'll kill them all. I'll put them to
Alright.
rest.
Then I'm gonna cast Witch's Claws on myself.
Ooh, that sounds really cool.
It is. Thanks for noticing. So that's an okay roll. That's a pass. That's a pass, and that's con. That's a pass. SR6 is quality 2, I think.
Yep.
So it lasts for quality level times 3 minutes, so 6 minutes.
Yep. So
And
easily for the entire duration of this fight.
Yeah. So sharp claws grow on both my hands, and they deal more damage than I was doing.
Okay.
And they are considered unarmed and magical weapons.
Cool. You can attack with 2 weapons if you're dual wielding, so to speak, or you're punching. You get a negative on your second attack unless you're ambidextrous.
Yeah, so
I think it's a
like
negative
D&D
of 4.
dual wielding.
Yeah.
Without a dual wielding feat.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'll take a couple steps back, I guess.
Cool. You see them.
I'm not a frontliner.
Neither of you really are. That was Oshin's job. He had all the armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the armor and a 2-handed weapon, and all the health.
Does Gonzalez have healing?
Gonzalo, do you have healing?
No.
Then you're the frontliner.
Oh no. I can. LP is just a life point, isn't it?
LP is your life points, yeah.
Yeah, I can't heal that well.
Okay. So the lizard people, they kind of burst into a sprint. I say sprint liberally. It's more of a stumble.
Jogging.
Yeah. They move back to. They move right up close to you, actually, Gonzalo. They're about a yard away. Not even. They're within reach, but they've spent too much time running that you get to act before they can do anything. So it's back to you. But they're right in front of you.
They punch him in the face then with my mace.
Okay.
Overall. Oh, I missed that.
Cool.
I wish that attack.
You can spend a fate point if you want to re-roll, but you can't get fate points back easily.
Oh, with karma, is it you get it back when you rest? I guess.
You get a little bit back when you do a normal rest. Sometimes it takes a while to get it all back.
Oh. Yeah.
If you pray, you get it back a little bit more. If you go to temple, you can get more back.
Okay, so I don't want to waste all my karma then too early.
No, it's probably not worth burning out.
I'll step back.
Yep. And her?
Am I in short range or short reach?
You're currently not. You need to make a bit of a step forward, but
Can you break up your movement, or is it all one movement?
I think it's all one. But because you are quite close and they're very, very slow, I'll let you split it up to kind of half. So you can step in, and then you can have half the rest of your movement to leave.
I'll do it.
There are attacks of opportunity, though.
Yeah, well, if I kill him, then he won't have an opportunity.
That is very true. That is very true.
I'm gonna go in with my claws.
Okay.
So you just rolling one dice for this?
Yeah, so one die for each attack that you make, and so d20, compare it to your attack for the skill.
Your attribute, basically.
Yeah.
What if it's two? Do you choose?
So you've got unarmed, dagger, saber. You can choose which weapon you're attacking with.
Well, say like, yeah, I have my unarmed.
Yeah, so you to the right of your close combat weapon unarmed, it'll have an AT and a PA. Your AT is the roll that you have to get underneath.
Okay.
And your PA is your parry. What you need to roll underneath to parry.
And there's no SR for this?
There's no SR.
So what's CSR in the combat techniques?
So combat techniques are different. So combat techniques... will let you use a specific combat technique. So you might have brawling. It's CSR. Hold on. Find CSR. Hold on. Visibility, critical success, shooting into relay. Right, combat techniques. So that is something that's in the compendium, not in the normal rules, I don't think. I think it's the same with the other thing. They're not actually in the normal rules, just the compendium. Attribute. Close combat brawling is the oldest special unarmed who parry weapons still suffer damage. Yeah, so with brawling, if you're trying to parry with brawling, you'll still take some damage. And the improvement is how much it costs to make it better. And then CSR is the cost to improve it. Yeah, so Bs cost 6 normally. I think. It's about improving your stuff. It's not about actually rolling.
Alright, well, either way, I rolled a 12 and my 80 is 12.
So you succeed. They
Right.
fail to dodge. Again, they're moving so slowly, it doesn't look like they're even trying.
So my first attack is 4 plus 3, 7.
Yep.
And I'll attack again with the penalty, I guess, in my other hand.
Yep.
What's the penalty?
You don't need to, you kill it.
Grand.
And you're not
Is there-
quite in reach to get the other one, to get any other.
That's perfect for me, because I'm going to walk away. 4 yards.
Okay.
Half my move.
So now they can move forward. A couple of them can almost get in range, but they need to spend more time kind of to get closer, and they actually start swarming and surrounding you. You can make one opportunity attack each at -2 with any weapon that you've got to your hand. So you need to roll another d20.
Roll a
Oh, I
20.
crit!
Yes, the bad kind. So you need to roll another d20 to confirm if that's a fumble.
What, me?
Yep.
No,
I rolled a 1.
Okay.
I rolled another 20.
Oh, okay. So as the
I guess that's really bad.
as the lizards kind of start swarming around you, you try to take a swing, but you kind of too cramped to swing with your mace, and 2 of them manage to stab you in the armpit as you raise your arm, and you take 4 points damage before protection, so you can reduce it by your protection. And you got a 1, didn't you?
Yeah, and I roll again to confirm.
Yep.
And it's a -2, so I have to roll under 10 instead of 12.
You do, yes.
So now I'm at
No,
pain.
16.
Okay, so you auto wound, so you just do normal damage.
1d6 plus 3 is 5.
So you're able to wound another one, slice at it. Again, this black kind of ichor oozes out. And Gonzalo, yes, you're at pain level 1, I believe.
Yeah.
That is going to be -1 to pretty much all your stats.
So I have suppressed pain.
Ooh. What does that do?
So this special ability grants you a new use for your skill self-control. When suffering the condition pain, a successful check allows hero to ignore 1 level of pain per QL.
Okay, so you can do that check straight away.
Hero must have at least 1 pain to invoke. It's a free action. Ooh. Okay. So this is self-control. Cheers, F1. Okay. Thanks, fellas. That rolls a lot of 20s.
Yep, apparently so.
But I pass, so I can take 5 off it. So I get 1 skill point left, so it's equality level 1.
Okay, well you succeed in ignoring that pain.
Yay!
Um,
So it lasts for duration of combat, but not more than 1 hour.
okay.
And then when the effect ends, I receive 1 level of condition confusion
Okay, cool.
to go along with any remaining levels of pain. Okay.
I'll tell you what confusion does in a bit. But it is your turn on the initiative.
Okay. Try and hit the one that I've already hit before.
That's already been killed,
Oh, okay.
but there has been one that was just stabbed by Ernher that's nearby. You think, in fact, it was the one that stabbed you, and that's why he was able to get such an easy. That's why she was able to get such an easy stab at it.
I'll hit that one then.
Okay.
Try 21. Oh, yes, I do. And smack it with my weapon.
Okay. So I crit failed my dodge, and I confirmed it as a fail. So I'll take an extra d6 damage. So you can roll an extra d6 for your damage.
These two things. 6 and 5, 11, so 15.
15 damage.
Mm.
You crush it under the weight of your mace.
Great.
There's 6 left.
Is there space for me to get away?
No, you will take a few attacks of opportunity now.
Yeah, I know then. Can you get like defensive and stuff? Or not really? Is that combat?
That you've got combat abilities, special abilities.
No.
Some of them let you are more defensive than others. Yours probably are not,
No, I don't have any.
because you're effectively like a cleric
Mm.
that likes to smash
shit.
people's face in.
Am I a blessed one? I am a blessed one, aren't
You are blessed, yeah.
I? Oh, fuck. I missed out an important rule.
Okay.
I do double damage against undead opponents.
Okay, so you kill this. Yeah, you say. Not
I
only
would-
do you kill that one, but because it crit failed,
Mhm.
you also are able to slice one behind it.
Crush.
Yeah.
Got mace.
Sorry, crush the one behind it.
Oh, what does favoured skills mean?
Favored skill.
Yeah. Does that give bonuses? Was that already in the stat sheet?
It should be already in the stat sheet.
There might be, yeah. Yeah. Okay.
So you get +2. I know that's miracle.
I
Skill
think
that's
+1.
favored. So when you do skill that's favored by your god, you get.
Mm.
You can spend 4 KP to add 2 to the SR
Ooh.
of a skill. Apparently, yeah.
So at 4 KP, that's karma points, isn't it?
Yeah, so you can spend 4 KP to gain 2 SR. If it's to do with your god.
Yeah, I've got a list of favoured skills. Like empathy. So religions. Stealth. 2 SP. Okay. Yeah, I'm finished then.
Oh yeah, I'm just having a flick through it. Lists all the ones for your church, but you'll have that there.
Yeah, I've got
So you smash through 2 of these lizard people in a pool of black ichor. It's your turn, earn her.
So I'm far away again.
No, you're still quite. Oh no, you did move away, didn't you? Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. They've ran up and swarmed around Gonzalo, and they've caught up to you as well. So you
Yeah, but
pretty
didn't he
much.
just slash through a pool of them?
Oh yeah, but there was 7 surrounding him, 6 surrounding him.
Alright, then I'm going ham.
You're going ham. So
Yeah.
the first one that's near you.
Yeah. Another 12.
Ooh.
So that is
I fail my dodge.
3 + 3, 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay. Second
And
attack.
the second attack. What's the penalty?
I believe it's 4.
Nah, crit fail.
Okay, do you want to confirm?
At -4, that is still a fail.
You take 2 points of damage as you get shafted with a spear to your side. The spears are now here. People with short range weapons are going to get -1. No, sorry, -2 to attack these spear wielding people.
How much
What about
damage?
medium?
You took 2.
No, I've got medium weapon, ranged weapon.
You got medium range weapon. You are actually fine. These spears are short. They're only medium as well. So there's no bonus either way for you, but I believe Ernher might be at a slight other negative.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are going to start stabbing. So 3 of them are going to stab at Ernher. So the first one misses. The second one hits. And the third one misses. So the second one hits you. You can now choose to dodge or parry it.
I'm gonna try and dodge it.
So you just roll under your dodge
Nope.
stat.
Do not dodge.
So you take 6 points of damage.
Big oof.
And Gonzalo, we get a miss and a miss. And
6 points of damage.
Yeah, that spear really hurt. Okay. You can make a control body check. Self-control.
Make a self-control.
Yeah.
Con.
And whilst you do that, Gonzalo can start swinging again.
Yeah.
Nope, fail.
Okay, so you're just in pain.
Fuck's sake.
God. You need to just pick up a die, I think, Gary.
I've never, I run D&D on Roll20 for, Byron and the guys, and I still rarely see 20s.
I know. You take 2 points of damage, Gonzalo. Your wild swing beforehand worked, but now they've kind of clocking on these mindless things. It's your turn to earn her.
So pain level 1 is -1 to all my stuff, is it?
Yeah.
Including my attack, or just
including your attack.
Okay. What's a quality level 1 healing potion?
Ooh. It'll heal you. Healing potion. That's for brewing healing potions. I want to see what they do. Level 1, 1d3 life points.
And it's an action to use, I'm assuming.
Yeah, just an action.
Grand. I'm going to attack.
Cool.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll attack with my offhand. That dice is gone forever. Success!
Okay. How much damage
4.
do you do? I fail my dodge. 4 points of damage.
No, I rolled a 4. On my to hit. I rolled a 6 on my damage, so 9 damage.
Okay, it is. You have killed another one. There are 2 around you. 2 around you both.
Just gotta find my dice now. Alright.
So
I'm spent.
on Gonzalo, we get a hit
Oh.
as a spear comes flying into your side. Are you dodging or parrying?
It's the same value, so it doesn't matter, doesn't it?
No. It's just some people would have different.
You can possibly take damage if you're parrying, or is that just with
That's
punching?
if you're parrying with your brawling.
So it's better for him to parry then.
Yeah.
So if he's got the same stat for parry and for dodge, there's no difference. You cannot parry ranged attacks with weapons, so you have to use your dodge in that case.
No, I don't want to parry.
Yeah, parrying on weapons is usually worse than dodge if you're a nimble character and you don't have armor.
I've got a PA mod, so I guess I've got a parry mod on my weapon. So it's -1, so yeah, so I'll dodge.
Okay. Cool.
That's just a D20, isn't it? Then?
Yeah, it's just a D20.
No, I failed that.
No. So you're going to take 7 points damage.
Yeah.
And then the next two.
I've gone down another pain level.
Okay, so you can make another check. The next two miss you, earn her.
Thank God.
Woo!
So I need to do a self-control. I passed that.
Okay.
So I can ignore those 2 levels of pain.
Cool. Your turn, Gonzalo.
Alright, so I can hit him again.
Yep.
No,
What's
No,
your
I didn't.
stat for attacking?
12.
Oh, fucking hell. You're getting trolled. I wonder if it's programmed to roll slightly higher. Are you doing anything else? You've got a free action. No. Earn her.
Are there any of them without spears near me?
There's one without spears. He's the one that keeps missing you.
I will attack him.
Okay.
Nah. Offhand. Nah.
Oh gosh, it's not going well for you guys.
-1, man.
Oh my gosh. So we've got a crit fail on the one with the sword that, on the one without the spear that tried to stab at you and her. You get to make an attack of opportunity.
Hit. A hit.
Ooh, you can't parry.
8 damage.
Ooh, you actually kill it.
Killing it.
You'll go, Gonzalo. You've got one each. One apiece each, both with spears. Can you do it?
Oh, I hit.
Ooh, you do as well. No parry.
So I do 16 damage.
Fucking hell, yeah, it explodes.
How can I double it, don't I? Against
Yeah,
him dead?
yeah. And if you crit, you double it again.
Oh.
You'll go. There's no one beside you. Do you want to do anything, Gonzalo?
I'm just walking around with my D6s here.
Yeah, I'll go stand next to.
And her.
So there's no one around me, so I'm gonna like.
Oh no, there's one person around you and her. Sorry, Gonzalo just killed the person near him. Oh no, that was you. Wait, I'm confused. They're both dead. You're fine.
Sweet.
So, what would you like to do? It is the end of initiative.
Is combat finished?
Combat is finished.
Right, so I guess I go.
There's no one left to kill.
No, I've got to do my pain thing now.
Oh yeah.
So combat is ended,
So you get confused.
and I have all my remaining levels of pain.
So this might be quite painful. You're at -1 with confused, and you're at -1 with pain.
No, I've got 2 levels of pain.
So you're -2 with with pain.
Yeah. So can I drink a healing potion now?
If you've got one, you can, yeah.
I have a quality 4 healing potion.
You've got a quality 4.
Yeah. It says QL4 in brackets after my healing potion.
272.
I guess that's good.
That's very good. So level 4 will heal 1d6 plus 4.
Okay. Please be bigger arm.
Ooh, that's alright. So 8 health back.
Excellent. There, and that means I've lost a level of pain.
And are you drinking a healing potion as well, Ernha?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, another question.
What am I? D3?
Level 1 is D3.
Just flat D3?
Just a flat D3.
4, so 2. Which
Stingy.
is
He's
enough
now.
to make me not in pain.
There we go.
How do bandages work?
Bandages. Bandages. So. Do you have a skill to treat wounds?
I have.
In fact, everyone might have. Everyone's got treat wounds.
Yeah, I've got treat wounds and I'm a favoured skill.
You can try treat your own wounds if you want.
Oh yeah.
I am going to just search the rules for the regeneration phase, because that
Okay.
might be quite important. Three, 3, 9. Regeneration phase lasts 6 hours. Okay, it's a period of rest or sleep. So bandages. Bandages can give you bandages. So treat wounds stabilizes a dying individual.
Oh, okay.
And you can ignore pain for every quality level. For 15 minutes. I know the treatment time is 15 minutes, but it'll last until the end, until you go to sleep. So you can spend 15 minutes now if you like to treat your wounds.
How do you get rid of confusion?
I did have that up. Confusion.
Is it just...
Page 31. Remove 1 level every hour.
Oh, okay. It's not so bad. Then.
If you get 4 levels, you're incapacitated.
Oh yeah, it says that. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Cool. What time is it?
So you've actually been about half an hour
Oh.
in here. Water is starting to almost flood in, you notice. The mud is getting a bit deeper. That might have been why you were fumbling around so much against those undead lizard men. And you kind of make your way up and continue on, I assume?
Yeah.
To this corridor, and the corridor's really... Oh well, we can see that. The corridor goes down quite steep, it's quite narrow. You can hear winds blowing and bellowing again, and you can hear this scream. Make me a perception check with a difficulty of 2. So you got a penalty of 2. Both of you can do this if you want.
And then with pain, it's 4. Okay. Oh, fail that.
Success. Quality 1.
Okay. You notice in a puddle, you see a reflection of a woman clad in armor with ghostly pale skin and hair that kind of billows behind her, and she's got her mouth open in a scream. And as you notice that, uh, you feel a big gust of wind blow past you, and then that's it.
Okay.
So moving on, obviously you're at this long and somewhat steep corridor that just keeps going. And are you just following it all the way down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So you keep following it down, and you end up at a bit of a crossroad. The tunnel will either continue, or to your right there is a hollow space. It's got rough, cavernous walls, and the walls seem to have these weird protrusions that's sticking out. They look like. Does anyone have a? A history check.
History check.
Yes.
Yeah, you can roll a history check. Or you actually can roll on religion. Gonzalo, yeah.
Not me again, eh? 1.
1.
Quality level 1.
Okay, cool. So you kind of read about these things. You've learned about these things from stories. Inside dead people's stomach, there's this weird lining that's kind of fibrous, and it looks like that. It's got what are called villi protruding out. You don't know much else about it. You don't know how that works, but it looks like this stone wall is covered in rocky villi. And you both also see on the ceiling and on the walls that there's this large relief kind of carved into it above the villi. And you see a giant serpent that seems to be enslaved by the lizard people that you saw, but they're drawn to be massive and powerful, the lizard people. And the snake is spitting forth smaller double-headed snakes. And you see the spears of humans who are portrayed as these tiny and weak creatures bouncing futilely off the giant snake's skin. Roll perception, both of you.
So -2 to each stat. So 40. There's a lot of maths in this, isn't there?
It's not that difficult.
Yeah, no, because when you've got positives and negatives,
Pass.
-2 off each one, and then work out if I'm to add any SR.
Hey, just add 2 to your roll.
Yeah, but I've got to add it to each number, don't I?
Oh yeah, so to each roll you add 2.
So
So
that's
instead
6.
of that's a 14, that's a 6, and that's a 20.
Yeah,
and
so
then
that's it. So it takes this roll up to technically 40, and then subtract off maths facts. So it's 42. It's 42. I roll 40. So 7 up. So I've got a quality of 3 then.
Okay. So you can spot lots of stuff that's been kind of pushed around this. Not hidden, but not the most easy to spot stuff, belongings. Some of which are worthwhile, some of which are just absolute rubbish. And you find these little ivory figures, a tarnished silver piece of artwork. It looks like an engraving of some kind, and other ritual items. These are all worth together about 200 silver thalers, but you reckon you might be able to find a collector in Aventuria to pay up to maybe 3 times as much. You also find an iron key that's been roughly made and is slightly rusted, and an old bone scepter. It's got metal fittings. It's got a sharp end, and it's got a blunt end. You reckon maybe the sharp end was used for sacrificing and the blunt end for blessing? But either way, you can use it as a dagger or a club in combat if you choose to. And it requires the appropriate combat techniques, daggers or impact weapon. And switching between combat techniques takes an action, so if you're changing from stabbing to clubbing. And the weapon is holy to Tsar, so not you. Members of the yeah, that's it. I was reading the next thing. So you've got this weird bone scepter, a key, and some like goodies that all just seem to be packed here. Okay. So are we just plugging on?
What? So all this stuff, how heavy is it?
The iron key you can kind of just tie around your waist. The ivory figures, tarnished the little bit of silver artwork, and the ritual items are somewhat heavy. Like, do you have a little bag or something to put them in?
I've got a backpack.
Yeah, they won't take you over encumbrance. And the staff you can hold, or you can put away or give to someone else. It's lighter than your mace. It's made out of bone.
Okay.
So it'll weigh probably 1. It'll have a weight of 1. And her, what do you fancy doing?
I don't want to keep sending my cat on.
You do or you don't?
I don't. Right. Do we just press on?
Yeah.
Okay. So you continue down. And it's just a really long tunnel until you get to a fork. And to your right, you see these kind of thin, crumbly walls propped up everywhere. It looks quite like a bit like a labyrinth. And then ahead, the tunnel just goes steep and downhill.
Is it like natural light, or is it just?
So here, you're quite deep now. you kind of get a green glow coming from further up. You don't know where it's from, but you can see through this green glow
From up ahead.
from up ahead, to your right, past the labyrinth. You can kind of see it shimmering through these thin, crumbly walls.
Okay. Mhm. Yeah, continue on down.
So, are you
Right.
going right or left?
Oh, is it right there?
Towards
Oh.
the light or not?
Is it right?
You going right? Everyone happy with going right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you kind of come to this big, uh, big kind of labyrinth area. You can see most of it because despite all the walls, some of them are quite low, some of them have got big holes in them and are cracked open. You've got a big opening kind of to your north. You've got a small opening to your west, a small opening far away to your northeast, and to your southeast you've got a small little cave that you can't see in, but you can see a small opening there as well. So I will just draw your possible routes. Oh fuck, that colour's useless. So you've got this way, this way, this way, and then this way.
Can we see any tracks in the ground?
Roll me perception. Or tracking. Tracking would probably be better.
Oh, I passed this one. Five. Where's tracking? There we go. No, there's 0. So quality 1 for me.
Quality level 1, yep. And are you... you get to see some human footprints.
Ooh, yeah.
You're gonna have to try follow them on a little bit more, so you need to roll again to see where they lead to.
How big are the footprints?
Human-sized.
How big?
Try again.
Quite large, actually.
Ooh.
This could be the well-endowed husband.
It could be the well-endowed husband, yes.
Oh no, I failed.
You fail, so you're
I
not
Failed
entirely
with that?
How did you fail with that? The third stat.
Well,
You can spend fate to reroll.
That revolves all. I know, 1 dice with it.
You can reroll
You
as
choose.
many as you like
For each fate.
for each fate. For damage, you only reroll 1d6. So if you had like 2d6 damage, you'd only reroll one of them. For your attacks, you can reroll one as well.
No, I'm not going to reroll.
Okay. So you're not entirely sure where they've come from, but you definitely see some human tracks. You also see some weird kind of slime, it looks like, around the place. But I'll just describe this room a little bit more. So not only are there lots of these weird crumbly stone walls, you also find lots of statues of different creatures around the place. You see ones of lizard people. You see some animals. You see a weird kind of louse thing. You see a jaguar. You see a snake. A couple of lizard people. I think I've already said all sorts of things. And they all seem to have either their hand out or their mouths open.
Like they're screaming.
No, just kind of gormlessly open.
Hmm.
So the animals on four legs have their mouths open, and the humanoid creatures, the lizard men, they've got their hands out.
I am going to head back and go left.
Okay.
But I am going to leave my cat here with
Okay, cool.
Gonzalo. And tell her to come get me if he's in trouble.
So you keep going down, and it just keeps going downhill and downhill, and it's getting really wet here. You're actually up to your knees in water.
Can I hop on my broom instead?
So let me just check. So here the ceiling is quite low. It's only about 7 foot tall. So you can, but it might be a bit scary.
A bit scary.
A bit scary. I'd be scared. I don't like
I
flying.
won't be flying fast.
Oh yeah. So yeah, absolutely, you can hop on your broom. Do you need to make your broom able to fly with a spell?
So that's what I was trying to figure out. I have a spell that can make my broom attack people.
That's amazing.
But
I'm sure I saw on your sheet.
I have basically my broom has flying balm on it.
Oh yeah,
which allows me to use it as a flying instrument.
Yeah, so
for
you
1
can fly
year.
on it. Yeah, that's absolutely fine.
Grant,
That's amazing.
do you want me to make a flying check, or is that more so if I'm trying to do something difficult?
If you try to do something, but if you're just kind of going along at walking
I'm
pace,
basically hovering above the muck.
that's absolutely fine. I'm sure you're skilled enough to be able to cope with that. How far along are you going? Because you're walking down. It's getting obviously very wet. You're hovering on your thing, and it's getting deeper and deeper, and it's getting darker and darker as well. You can just hold down your mouse button to where you want to. If you want to go further, just let me know. If you want to stop at a certain point.
Cast Cat Eyes.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Which lets me see in darkness.
Yeah.
And I have to roll. Cat Eyes. Pretty good. That is a success.
Okay.
I don't think it changes depending on. No. Oh. Reduce darkness-related visibility penalties by 1 per QL.
Okay, cool.
So it's a QL of 2.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. So at the moment, you'll be able to see. So do you want to point to the map where you're currently standing?
I assume I'm down here at this stage at least.
Okay. So you'd be able to see down here, and it's just a continuation of that long tunnel right from the start.
I'm gonna keep going until it gets bigger, basically.
In front of you, you see a little opening towards a place that seems to drop down. Yeah, just there. So you've got that. You've got a big step down here, or you've got something further on down there.
Can I pull up here and take a gander?
Yeah, absolutely. So whilst you're doing that, Gonzalo, what are you up to? You're in this giant room with weak walls and lots of weird statues.
And a cat.
And a cat.
I will head. What was that? East.
Northeast or southeast?
Southeast.
Cool. The small opening that you just about fit through comes to a cave.
Ooh.
And as you walk through that cave, I need you to make me a perception check. And actually, you don't need to.
Mm.
As you walk in, you can kind of hear someone or something pull up against the wall in anticipation of your arrival. And roll initiative.
That's just 6. Oh yeah, 18.
18. What is your dexterity?
Oh shit! Now I'm at pain, so I'll take stats off, don't I?
Your initiative's fine
Ah, okay.
because it's not a test or anything. So what's your dexterity total?
My dexterity is 11.
It's 11. Okay. So as you walk in, you are greeted with a punch.
What? I see him punch
Which
me?
succeeds. Are you able to block against it?
Or was I sucker punched?
You were kind of sucker punched as you walked in, right in the lower belly.
Oh.
So you can dodge or you can parry.
Yeah, dodge.
So off you go.
2. Yay!
Yeah, you succeed. And you see the chap unsheath a sword, and it's your turn to react.
What does he look like?
So he is a skinny wreck of a person. He is unkempt. He's got a big beard, long hair, very thin, very almost skeletal. And yeah, he's white. He's human.
He's white.
Or pale skinned. So, what is your response?
I'm gonna tell him that, like, I'm a friend.
Yeah. What do you want to tell him?
Don't attack me. I'm here to rescue you.
Okay, you can try persuade him. Yeah.
Yeah. That's way. Ooh. No, not me.
Are you not a talker?
Okay, so +2 for my stats. No, 1 point. No, she's 6. No, so I failed by 1.
You can re-roll if you want to. You've got lots of fate.
Oh yeah. Have I got lots of fun? Oh, 3. Okay, I re-roll 1 dice.
Cool.
I get 9. Pass.
So you pass. What's your quality level?
With that roll, it'd be a 5. So it'd be 2.
Okay. And so he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Friend, rescue."
Yeah.
Who sent you? Where are you from? He kind of spits out in weird, broken common.
They come from the village outside.
And you kind of see his eyes widen, and he takes a step back, and he's like, he just says, "Hokyo, Hokyo." Is she
Yeah.
okay?
Oh, is that the fat woman we saw?
Are you asking him if that's a fat
I
woman?
can't remember his name. Make up names.
The fat woman. She's not fat. She is beautiful. She is the most luscious woman in the village.
Yes.
Yes,
You said
yes, that is her name. I know there's a lot of funny names in this adventure, but yes, that was her name.
okay. Yeah, she sent us.
She sent you. And then he kind of looks at and spits on the ground, and he asks you about where's my page gone? About Tikagu, the shaman.
Oh, Shaman. Oh yeah, he's now shacked up with your missus.
And you see him just smack his saber against the cave wall, which was actually quite thin at one point, and a chunk falls down. And before we continue, Anha, what would you you see? You see a mess, a broken cave. All sorts of stuff has fallen down. It's completely collapsed. There's walls, there's boulders, all sorts of obstacles. You can navigate around some of it, but to reach certain places, you're going to have to figure out a way of pushing past these big boulders or breaking the walls that are there.
I'll keep heading down.
Cool. To heal? Cool. So, you see... make me a perception check.
Hang on one
Or an
second.
earth and craft check. If that's better.
Probably not. Earth and craft, no. Perception, yeah.
Mechanics?
Mechanics?
Mechanics, yeah, mechanics.
Don't even know where that is.
It's a knowledge skill under M for mechanic.
Ah, no.
Okay.
Perception it is. Ooh. Good roll, good roll, good roll. Perception. Into yeah. Passed it.
Skill level 1.
Skill level 5, so 1, 2, 2.
2. Okay.
Quality level 2.
So you... part of the wall seems to have a little hole, and you can make out a small amount of light from this hole and see into the room beyond. And the room beyond has quite a lot of water. It's not full. It looks quite deep, and you can see slimy algae covering the walls. And in front of you, you see a set of iron bars that seem to be between you and the wall and the rest of the area.
Fluid water or stagnant?
Stagnant. Stagnant. And back to you, Gonzalo. So he's told you all of this. What would you like to do?
So, what has kept you in this cave? Why have you not left?
There is no escape, and my duty is to defeat the spawn of the snakes.
You know where they are.
Yes. Every time it rains, I have to fight the snakes. They come from not far away, beyond the labyrinth.
Mm.
And he kind of points towards this arrow here.
Trevor? Oh, that one. Okay. Cool.
Your cat, Ernher, decides this is a good time to trot back to you. It takes a small moment, but by the time you finish peeping through the hole, it's by your side. And it kind of looks at you, and you touch it, and you can... Yeah, you do. And you can see all sorts of interesting stuff. Everything we've discussed, you can see.
Okay. Can I see anything past the iron bars?
Just water, really.
I'm gonna say hello.
No response. No response.
Response.
I sit on my broom thinking, petting my cat.
Okay. Gonzalo, you're all on your own with this chap.
No.
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Let's head towards the snake people.
Okay. So you're heading towards the north. You pass all of these statues with their arms hanging off. Make me a perception check.
Mm. Quality level 2.
Cool. You notice one of the statues, the one of the snake actually, has got something glinting at the back of its mouth.
Ooh. I'll try to dig it out with my knife.
So you're just shoving a knife in.
Oh, is this? Oh, actually no. Is there like any sticks nearby? Think long.
Well, I'm not going to make that joke actually. But I hear he's packing something quite long. It's all just debris. There's a few roots, but they're quite limp. Most of the stuff is ankle deep or shin deep in water. So yeah, what are you going to do?
No, I'll examine it first. Safer.
Okay. Perception.
Four, three, so that's a quality level 1.
Okay, cool. This it seems to not be a contraption of any kind that you can tell anyway. It doesn't seem like it's dangerous. The teeth of the snake aren't sharp. It doesn't look like it's going to hurt you in any way. You can kind of make out. Definitely, there's a silver object in there.
Alright, I'll try and dig it out with my knife.
Okay. You manage to quite easily. You pull it out, and it's a silver key in very good condition. And as you pull it out, all of the other statues kind of clunk. They make a clunk sound.
Ooh.
And you notice that the ones who had their hands out now have their hands behind their side, and the ones whose mouths were open now have their mouths shut.
Ooh.
So what would you like to do? Are you continuing on?
Yeah.
Okay. Ernher, what are you up to?
I am going to head back.
Okay, cool. So it'll take you a short while to get back, so I'll let you know when you are. Gonzalo, what's up?
Oh, yeah. We examine those other statues.
So the other statues, they don't look any interesting. You can't see anything. There doesn't seem to be anything you can do to them. They just seem inanimate. You're not entirely sure what made the clunking sound or how they were able to move. It doesn't look like there's any kind of mechanism that you're able to spot.
Right.
So continuing on, you get joined by Ernher,
Yay.
and you can make your way together. And you end up at this place here, and it is quite moist in this room. It's a large chamber. You notice lots of unholy paintings and reliefs. They seem to change and move, which is weird. You're not entirely sure what's going on. Your senses are kind of getting mixed up a little bit. 1 minute a serpent appears to crawl down from the ceiling, and then the next, spiders and insects seem to crawl across the floor towards you. And then they just disappear. But in the center of this kind of chamber, there's a large construct. It looks like a weird flower. It is glowing a bright green, kind of pulsating, and it's made out of roots and bits of tree. It seems to be living, and the roots that spread out from it kind of look like arteries, and they're pumping water from around it into the actual structure itself, and it's quite large. It's about 6 foot tall, and it's about 5 foot, 4 foot wide. It's quite big.
What, in the middle of the room?
In the middle of the room, surrounded by this art.
Can I examine it?
Yeah. What are you doing? Are you just having a look?
Yeah, just look.
Okay. Roll perception. Or nature, actually.
Nature.
Well, what nature stuff? Nature skills. This would be plant lore.
Ooh. Smash that. Yeah.
This is no plant you've ever seen before. It definitely seems to be taking the water in, but you've not seen anything like this before.
So it's quite level 2. So I've never seen this before.
It is odd, and you see the chap next to you, kind of terrified, and he's pointing at it and kind of muttering words in a language you're not familiar with. He's cursing it and pointing it, and he's pulled out his saber again. And you can hear this weird squelching sound coming from within it.
Oh, can I stab it with that ivory thing you found?
Oh, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I use the pointy end
Okay,
and stab into it.
cool. So, you get +6 to hit it.
Oh, I still could miss it. So, oh, god damn it.
With +6, you should still hit it.
12. Add the 2. 18. Yeah, I'll just do it.
Yep. Whew. How much damage do you do?
This isn't undead, is it? So, I don't know.
You're hitting it with your scepter, aren't you? You can double damage for this.
Oh, he's undead?
No,
Oh.
if you're using the scepter, you can use the
Oh,
scepter.
no, I'm using the scepter, yeah.
Yeah, so it'll do double damage.
I don't know, what's the damage for the scepter?
It's 1d6 plus it's your impact weapon. So impact weapon. Yeah, it should be the same as your mace, I think.
D6 plus 4.
Yeah.
So I rolled got 7 in total.
7 in total, so 14.
Mm.
Okay. It kind of goes squelch when you smack it.
Mm.
Nothing seems to come out of it. Nothing seems to happen. Maybe a bit of water. Your scepter's now a bit wet. But you did notice it was quite a powerful hit. It was more powerful than you were expecting, as if some kind of energy from the scepter helped to really start hurting this structure. But it's a big structure. It's going to take you a while. And you hear more squelching coming from within. And her, what do you think of all of this?
Why did I come back here?
I don't know. Why did you?
Because my cat came back to me. Right.
Are you still on your broom, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it's pretty wet and dirty everywhere.
Can I see where this sound's coming from?
Oh, it's coming from the structure itself, from deep within it. From within this kind of tangle of roots and...
Can I see anything
weird
that's
flower.
making that noise?
You won't be able to know. It's just coming from the structure itself. There is a slight opening. You see it starting to slowly widen.
Have I seen this plant before?
You can roll plant lore if you like.
I would like. Pretty good. Dex. Con for plant lore. Okay. Quality 2.
Okay. You've never seen this before. It doesn't seem to be an act. Maybe it's not even a plant. It's weird.
Nothing similar to it even.
Nothing similar. It seems more like fleshy than a plant, maybe.
And this is where he said the lizards are coming. Or the snakes.
That is what Wahakamaru is saying, yes.
So it's confirmed to be Wahakamaru.
Yeah. He's eventually said his name. You were talking about his girl.
This could just be a pile of snakes.
Are you asking Wahakamaru?
Yeah.
It won't be a pile. They are very big that come out of here. They somehow come out 9 to 12 feet long.
And this is a big plant, right?
Yeah, it is a big plant.
So it could be a pile of snakes.
Burn it.
You can try. It is very moist though.
Mm.
The moisture is deep. It's wet, and you notice actually that the water level seems to be increasing. It must be raining really heavily outside.
Let's stab it again.
Okay. You get +4 still. Are you aiming anywhere in particular?
I'll aim at the opening.
Okay. Off you go.
It's D20. Isn't it? Oh, I miss.
Okay, so you miss, you kind of clang against the floor. You're not used to this weird light bone thing, you're more used to heavy mace. As you do that, Wahakamaru takes a swing at it as well. He's able to hit though. And he deals 9, 10, 11, 22 points of damage to it.
Yeah.
The squelching is getting louder and louder. Earn her. Is there anything you want to do?
Nope. I'm gonna stay on my broom.
Okay, everyone roll initiative.
I did nothing.
15.
Okay, I got 15. What's your dex again?
11.
I got 15.
How long much time has passed?
Another half hour at least. 45 minutes to an hour.
It's just my confusion. I guess it's not run off yet, has it?
Is it an hour for your confusion?
You said it takes an hour for it to come off.
Yeah, in about 10 minutes it'll be done. What's your dexterity, Anha?
12.
Okay, so you got Anha, you. Okay, so as you kind of just sit up on your broom, you notice the open widen, and it kind of gives birth almost to a giant snake's head, and it's coming out quite quickly, and then you see a second head pop out.
Called it.
And they start sliding out, and as they do, Wakimaru takes a swing at the snake. It's got the two heads are very different. One is the head of an adder. So the first snake you see is the head of an adder, and the other one is the head of a python, I believe. Let me just check. Yeah, viper and adder, sorry. So one's a viper, the other one's an adder. And Wahakamaru takes a swing. He's able to hit it. The snake is so slow that they fail completely to dodge or parry it. In fact, they're so slow that Wahakamaru gets to do bonus damage to them. And he will swing for 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 points of damage.
Good for a skinny man.
And it's your go, Anha.
How far away are they from me?
They're a good 3 feet away from you. You're up elevated, so diagonal
3
would
yards.
be about 5 yards. 4 yards maybe.
Alright, I dismount.
Okay.
My spellcasting isn't as good if I'm off the ground.
Okay.
And I will cast Witch's Bile.
Okay. What does that do?
It turns my spit to acid.
Ooh, okay.
Spit out acid. That I can spit at range. And it does not harm me.
Okay, good. So this is a ranged attack, so it works exact same way, only there's penalties to dodging it.
Is the snake going to try and defend? Because if the opponent doesn't defend, the spitting attack hits automatically.
It's going to try dodge and slither out of the way, but it's going to have a penalty to doing so. You can have +2 to your attack.
+2 to my attack. Right, well first I gotta cast it.
Sorry, yes. So your cast is like an attack, sorry, so you can have +1 to your stats. Oh no, you have to attack as well, don't you? No, you just cast it and then I defend against it.
So you do not have to use another action to spit after casting the spell. Spitting is included in the casting time.
I believe so, yeah, you just do your venomous spit, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, oof.
Is it bad?
I fail the cast.
Do you want to use fate points?
Uh, no.
Okay.
So because I'm a witch, it only costs me a third, not a half.
Yeah, it's really good. So you can calculate that with a calculator.
Do you round up or round down?
You round it up.
Okay, so 2, because it's 4.
And Gonzalo, your turn.
Stab it with the ivory scepter.
Okay. Off you go.
Mhm.
You would get +2 to this, but I still don't think it's enough.
No.
Okay.
Miss.
Do you want to spend a fate to reroll?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, I hit.
They fail to dodge. How much damage do you do?
Jeez, so 6.
6 points of damage. You hear it scream a little bit, and one of the heads gets crushed, absolutely crushed, into the ground. And you see as it emerges that the heads were actually attached to one body, and so the snake only has one head left. And it makes for you, the nearest attacker, and it hits you. Are you going to dodge or parry it?
Prime dodge.
Okay.
Nope.
And it's going to bite you for 1d6. So for 6 damage. And you've taken venom. A painful venom. So every combat round you're going to be taking...
Wait.
Ooh.
I have resistance to poison.
Ah, you ignore it then.
1.
It's only a level 1.
So resistance to poison raises your toughness and spirit by 1 per level when resisting poison.
Yeah, this is a very weak poison, so you'd be able to resist it. That's absolutely fine. And it's back to Wahakamaru. He misses. And it's your turn, Anha. Anha?
Sorry, my mic is muted. My parents walked in.
Oh, okay, no worries.
Uh,
Are you playing League of Legends?
I am not.
Okay.
I have the client open though.
Ah.
So, Discord thinks I'm playing League of Legends. I'm going to cast Witch's Bile again.
Ooh,
on
good.
the snake that wasn't crushed into the ground.
Okay.
I think this might be the exact same roll I got last time.
Are you spending fate?
I am going to spend fate this time. To reroll 2 dice. Oh, even worse. Can I save it though? I don't think I can. No. I don't cast it.
Okay. Gonzalo, it's your turn.
Step back.
Can I hit it again?
Yep.
Yeah, I hit it.
No parry. No dodge.
7 damage.
Okay, it's bleeding quite profusely on its second and last head. And with that, it goes to bite you again. And it misses quite badly. But not badly enough for you to counter swing. Wahakamaru takes a swing. He hits. He only deals a tiny amount of damage. And it's back to you and her.
I don't even know if there's a point in me casting another spell. I'm gonna run up with my dagger
And stab it.
and try and stab it. Yeah.
Okay, off you go.
I only have to roll 1 dice for that. weapon. Dagger. Hey, a crit.
You're kidding me.
Crit hit. Confirm it.
Confirm it.
10, which is under my 12.
Oh god.
Confirmed critical.
Roll that damage.
So what do I do? Roll 2?
No,
Or...
roll normal damage and double it. It's better. You double it with the modifier, with the plus. So if you're like d6 plus 2, it's a total double.
I rolled a 6.
Ooh.
So that is 14 damage with my dagger.
Okay, so how would you like to do this?
I guess I'll go through the bottom of the head.
Oh, nice.
The soft underbelly.
Oh, and rip it out. Ugh. A bit of venom spews everywhere, but don't worry, not on you. It's not in you. It's not corrosive or anything, and it kind of wriggles around.
Unlike mine.
Yeah. And
if I could ever cast it.
If you could, yeah, you just kept spitting it on the. Oh no, you didn't even manage to make your.
No.
You were just spitting normal spit.
Didn't even spit.
Writhing around, it slumps dead. You hear a squelching sound. The glowing of the object seems to be the pulsing increases. It's pulsating faster now. The water levels during this combat have risen substantially. Gonzalo, in less than 5 minutes, you will be less confused or unconfused.
Yay.
I'm gonna hop back up on my broom.
Okay. What do you guys want to do now? Whilst you're discussing, Wahakamaru is just swinging at the structure.
I can destroy it. Join in. Try and destroy it.
Okay. And what do you want to do, Anha?
I'm going to lay back on my broom and say, "Good job, boys. Keep it up."
Okay, say, roll me. You can roll 5 attacks in a row. Gonzalo.
This with a +6.
This was with a +6, yeah.
That's right. So I get a miss, a hit, and a hit. Got 4 hits.
Cool. So you can roll 4 times damage.
So that's 16 plus 4, 8, so 32 in total.
Cool. So about half a minute goes by, and you can see it's starting to pull apart and come apart, and you start to see like a tiny baby version of that snake you just fought. You can kind of see it deep in a tangle of roots and arteries. There's water spewing everywhere. Even blood is starting to come out of this structure. The snake, you can see, is visibly growing as you're trying to pound away at the structure to get to it or to destroy it. I'm not sure. Wahakamaru is still attacking, wailing
The
on
snake that's dead.
No, this is another one. This is a baby version of that snake.
Oh, that's inside it.
Yeah, that's growing quite at an alarming rate. Meanwhile, the water level's rising quite high. It's almost at your knees.
Can I head forward a bit and see what's ahead?
Yeah, where do you want to ping? You want to go up there? So I should have probably revealed this when you walk past it. It looks to be a tunnel with lots of thin walls. You can walk past all of these. Do you want to continue walking up here?
Yes.
Okay. So when you get past an area, you get to see all of this.
I'm not walking, by the way.
Flying, sorry.
I'm falling with style.
Yeah. are you going to walk to 9B
What's in here?
to see what's in there? Uh, okay, sorry, I just need to check because there's lots of
You doing
different.
all that?
So this here. Oh,
Are
is
you
that
covering
you?
it up?
Who's doing that? I think it's just Jack having fun.
Uh,
So meanwhile, whilst Gonzalo and Wahakamaru are wailing on this flower, you come up and you see, you come up and you walk into a kind of a cave structure, and inside these caves, you see these drawings on the wall that look like a 4-year-old have done it. It's like a stick man, with a big belly. You see lots of weird snake things, and you see a few odd possessions. Nothing usable, nothing interesting. There is a locked chest, or a chest with a padlock on it. And you see 3 skeletons wearing helmets.
In any particular way?
In any particular way, what?
Like standing up on the ground?
Just kind of slumped on the ground. Like they're sat leaning against a wall. And you see a little person, a little stone gnome. You would recognise this. And he's kind of talking to the skeletons, chatting to them, whilst he's doodling on the wall with another painting. You can see this is 3 little stick men and 1 big stick man. And he's kind of just chatting away in a language you're not quite sure on. But you can tell that he's quite slow in his language, but very cheerful.
And who's the gnome talking to?
You assume the skeletons.
And I don't know the language.
You don't know the language, but
But
he keeps
he's
kind of looking around
slowly.
at the skeletons. And as you approach, he doesn't seem to flinch.
Hello?
And he continues painting, and he just replies in your language, "Oh, hello."
Who are you?
Igrum.
Hello,
Igrum of Cave.
You live here.
Live, sleep, eat.
What do you eat?
Fave is carry on. And he...
As in
and
carrion crawler?
No, he pulls out a dead bit of what looks like a giant insect. And inside the carapace you see a bit of mush, and his face, you now notice, to be covered in this mush. He's been eating from inside a carapace of some giant insect.
Like a carrion crawler?
Yeah,
Okay.
more like a giant louse.
Yeah. Okay. How long have you been here?
Oh, years, since small.
And you haven't been attacked by anything?
No, Grom is strong. Grom is strong.
So you have been attacked, you've just defended yourself.
Food for Grom. Food comes, says hi, Grom eats.
Am I food?
No, Grom eats dead humans only. You's
I see.
not dead.
Yes, thankfully.
Grom prefers bug. Big bug tasty. Tasty,
I
tasty,
see.
tasty.
And snakes?
Snacks also tasty. Tasty,
Ah.
tasty.
That's good.
But bugs
I'm tasty.
tastier. Lots of meat. Meat. Buggy meat. Juicy. Crunchy.
Have you been all around this place?
Someplace. No, like cat.
Cat?
No, like big cat. Big cat scary. Big cat, no friend. Big cat,
Where's
no food.
Big Cat?
Big cat, far-ish. And he kind of looks up, not kind of sure how to give directions.
I point the way I came.
And he kind of nods.
Nods yes or
Nods
nods
yes,
no?
yeah. He
Uh,
kind of nods, but he's pointing, saying, like, a fair bit down.
Yeah. And I point the other direction, as in the direction I was coming before I got here, and I say, "What's here?"
So do you mean, like, this kind of cave
This
area
way.
here? Oh, there. My other home. That's where I live and sleep. And I live and sleep here. But this is my playroom. I play and I paint.
I see. Do you have parents?
Parent? No. Lost parent. A while back. My family nowadays. That's
What?
Tum. That's Bum. And that's Prum. And I'm Grum. The three ums. Four ums. Four. 1, 2, 3, 4. Four ums.
And what was I going to say before that? Oh yeah. What language were you speaking to them?
Oh, just made up.
What's
we
the
have
basic grammar
we
structure
have
of it?
secret. What is grammar?
Well,
Gr-
you know,
Grammar.
the way you speak to me is the basics of the language. So what are your basics in your language?
I make noise. I like noise. They hear noise. They no speak noise though.
How do you say thank you?
Uh, we have not needed to say thank you. Let me think. And he has a little think and he goes, Grammar. Trying to
Well,
imitate you saying the word grammar, but using his name.
well, grammar to you.
And he kind of nods and smiles, and then he goes back to his painting. Gonzalo, what are you up to?
Hacking this plant up.
Okay, do you want to roll another 30 seconds worth
How many?
of attacks? 5 more, please.
Yeah. 4 hits again. Oh no, 3 hits this time.
Okay. Roll your damage.
So 7. Well, so 19 damage.
19 damage. So between you and Wahakamaru, within the next minute, the next 30 seconds, you're able to actually destroy the structure. But the baby snake, that is now kind of significantly bigger, still not quite as big as the other snake that you've just fought. You notice it's got 2 heads. It's still alive. It doesn't seem to be growing, and it doesn't seem to be moving. What do you want to do with it?
We take it out.
As in kill it?
No, take out the plant.
Oh yeah. The plant's pretty much destroyed. And you can pick this up. It's only about 3 foot long. What do you want to do?
Well, let's kill it.
Okay. You don't need to roll. You just take your time and slice it in half, I guess. It's up to you how you want to kill it. Or crush it.
Yeah. Yeah, cut his heads off.
Oh, very good. And Wahakimaru kind of looks happy with himself. He grabs a bit of... he grabs the rattle of the snake that you just killed. And pulls it off. And kind of holds onto it. Like some kind of trophy. Anything else you want to do?
Yes. Leave and go up to...
Okay, cool. Back to you. What would you like to do? Anha.
Me?
Yeah, in your conversation.
Uh, one last thing. This water, does it come around often?
Uh, sometimes lots, sometimes not. Sometimes lots, sometimes not. And he's happy himself with the rhyme.
And do you ever hear screaming?
Screamy lady scary. No like screamy lady. No friends screamy lady. No
Have you
eat
ever met her?
screamy lady. She's scary. We talked through water once. She no happy. She's screamy.
Did she say why?
No, Grum no speak much. She's scary. Grum no like scary. Grum no speak to scary people. You know scary. You small.
I am. Okay. Well, enjoy your playroom.
Grumma,
Grandma,
Grumma. He's really happy.
I head back.
Okay. So you end up meeting up with Gonzalo, and before you continue, it's now 7 o'clock. We might need to either stop for the night or put it on pause because dinner might be ready in a short while. But this is a good point to pause anyway.